So, you want to completely transform your relationship with your dog, right? But maybe you're thinking, I just don't have time for endless, complicated training sessions. Well, what if I told you that's not what it takes? Today, we're going to break down 5 super simple but incredibly powerful exercises you can literally do every single day. These are the things that will help you build that dream dog you've always wanted. Let's get right into it.
Wow, does that hit home for anyone else? Completely out of control. I mean, so many of us have been there. You absolutely adore your dog, but man, the jumping, the pulling on the leash, the non-stop barking, it can be just so frustrating, right? Totally overwhelming. And you probably feel like you've tried everything under the sun. But trust me on this one, you're going to want to stick around because the real solution is often way, way simpler than you think.
So what if? What if it really was just 5 simple things you do every day that could change absolutely everything? Seriously, just imagine it, turning all that chaos into this quiet, calm confidence. Picture your walks actually being, well, pleasant, not some kind of wrestling match. That's exactly what we're talking about today. And look, this isn't some magic wand or a quick fix. It's about building a brand new foundation, a whole new language between you and your dog, one small, consistent step at a time.
Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we're going to talk about the why, the big idea behind all of this. Then, we'll dive into the 5 pillars one by one, mastering thresholds, the leadership drill, the decompression den, the contented canine, and finally, the obedience dialogue. Let's do it.
All right, first up, the Dream Dog Promise. It's all about understanding the why. Because look, before we get into the nitty-gritty of how to do these exercises, we've got to understand the big idea that ties them all together. This isn't just a checklist of commands to teach. It's really about a fundamental shift in your mindset, a new way of thinking about your role in your dog's life.
And the key phrase I want you to burn into your brain is loving leadership. It's so important. This is all about you being a calm, consistent, trustworthy guide for your dog. We're throwing out those old, outdated ideas about being the alpha or using force. No, this is about building a real partnership, one where your dog naturally looks to you for guidance, not because they're scared, but because they genuinely trust you to keep them safe and make good choices for them.
Okay, so if you're going to be a great leader, you have to speak the language, right? You've got to understand who you're leading. And the thing is, our dogs are talking to us constantly, just not with words. They have this incredibly complex system of body language that's mostly designed to do one thing: avoid conflict. Learning to read those signals, it's like finally getting a translation guide to their native language. It changes everything.
And here is a perfect example of that. This is one of those things that once you get it, it will totally change how you see your dog. We see a dog yawn or do a little nose lick, and what do we think? Oh, he's tired, or he's relaxed. Nope, not always. In a lot of situations, it's the complete opposite. These are what trainers call calming signals. The dog is actually feeling stressed or anxious and is trying to de-escalate the situation, to calm itself down, and to tell you, hey, I'm a little uncomfortable here. Recognizing that, it's an absolute game changer.
Okay, you ready for pillar number 1? Let's get practical. We're talking about mastering thresholds. And I know, it sounds kind of simple, maybe even a little insignificant, but I'm telling you, this tiny little exercise has a massive, massive impact on your dog's entire state of mind.
So what in the world is a threshold? It's super simple. It's any doorway. The front door, the back door, a gate, even the door to your car or their crate. Think of it as any point where they're moving from one space to another. And by managing these little moments, you're teaching your dog to do something profound, to pause, take a breath, and look to you for guidance instead of just, blasting through the door into whatever chaos is on the other side.
Then here's how you do it. It's so easy. Let's say you're going out the front door. You walk up to it, and you just stop. You have your dog sit or even just stand and wait. The key is you open the door and you walk through it first. Then, once you're on the other side, you give a calm invitation for them to follow you. That's it. But you do this every single time, at every door. It becomes this little unspoken ritual that quietly screams, I'm the leader, just follow my lead.
All right, pillar number 2, the leadership drill. This one is powerful because we're using the single most valuable thing in most dogs' lives. Yep, their food. So think about it. Most of us just kind of slop the food in the bowl, put it down, and walk away, right? Mealtime is over in 30 seconds. Well, we're going to flip that script. We're going to turn mealtime into a golden opportunity for training. With this one simple routine, you're sending a crystal clear message to your dog. I am the gateway to everything you want in life, and all I ask for in return is a little bit of calm, focused behavior.
Here's the drill. You get their food ready. You ask for a nice, calm sit and stay. Then you start to lower the bowl to the floor. Now here's the magic moment. If they try to lunge for it, nope. You just calmly stand back up with the bowl. You wait for them to be calm again. You only put the bowl all the way down and release them with a word like break or okay when they are patiently holding that stay and looking to you for the green light.
And this quote from Will Atherton just nails it. The best thing in their life comes from you and it comes through you. That's the psychology. When your dog really gets to this incredible thing, their dinner, comes from you, and it only happens when they show a little self-control, it's not about dominance. It's about building massive respect and making it super clear that you're their guide in life.
Pillar number 3. This one's about something a lot of dogs really struggle with, just learning how to chill out. We're going to talk about the decompression den, and for most of us, that means getting crate training right.
First things first, we have got to change how we think about the crate. So many people see it as a cage or a doggy jail. We need to erase that idea. A crate, when it's introduced the right way, is a den. It's their own personal, safe space. It actually taps right into their natural denning instinct, giving them a place where they can go to truly switch off, decompress, and just relax, all on their own.
And the benefits? Oh man, they are huge. It can be a massive help in reducing separation anxiety. It obviously prevents them from chewing up your sofa when you're gone. But you know what the most important thing is? It teaches your dog an off switch. That is golden. The ability to just settle down and do nothing is a skill, and it's absolutely crucial for having a calm, balanced dog.
Moving on to pillar 4, creating a contented canine. Now, we all know exercise is important, right? Duh. But there's a little secret, a nuance here that a lot of people miss. It's not just about any exercise, it's about the right kind of exercise.
You've heard the saying, a tired dog is a good dog, and it's true. But here's the catch. We need to tire out their body and their brain. Physical exercise is obvious. Walks, running, fetch. That's for burning off physical energy, giving them a calmer body. But the mental exercise is just as important, if not more so. We're talking training, puzzle toys, learning tricks. That's what tires out their brain and gives them a calmer mind. I'm serious, a focused 10-minute training session can exhaust a dog more than a 30-minute run. You need both, every single day.
And that leads us perfectly into our 5th and final pillar, the obedience dialogue. And again, this is not about teaching your dog a bunch of cute party tricks. This is about communication.
Think about it this way. Obedience is your shared language. Having a rock-solid sit, stay, come, or place command isn't about being a drill sergeant. It's about being able to clearly communicate with your dog. You know, when guests come over and your dog is going nuts, a solid place command is your way of saying, hey buddy, go to your spot and chill out for a minute. It keeps everyone safe and calm. And just practicing these for 5 minutes a day, it keeps that language, that line of communication, sharp and clear.
So let's recap the whole shebang, the 5 pillars. 1. You master the thresholds, every single doorway. 2. You use food drills at every meal to build focus. 3. You give them a decompression den, a safe space to relax. 4. You balance their physical and mental exercise. And 5. You practice your obedience dialogue every day. See, none of these are huge, time-consuming things, but when you stack them all together, day after day, you create this incredibly powerful routine that builds that calm, confident dog you've always wanted.
And really, that's what it all comes down to. This question right here. Because every little thing you do with your dog from the moment you wake up is a form of training. So you have to ask yourself, are your daily habits accidentally creating a confused, anxious pet? Or are you intentionally, with every action, building a confident partner? When you start using these 5 pillars, you're not just training anymore. You're building a partnership, a real one.